Hey insiders, with XRP replacing the entire banking system, will it replace Bitcoin too? What will all be the impact of XRP price? Welcome to our channel Financial Insights, the place where you are always a little bit smarter and wiser after seeing one of our valuable videos so you can develop your financial knowledge. Don't forget to press the like button and subscribe to our channel, and make sure to watch this video till the end. Before going to the crux of the video, let us see briefly what is Ripple XRP and how it is different from Bitcoin, and what all of this has to do with the banking system. You see, global currency conversion and transferring money have always been problematic, slow, expensive, and relatively limited systems. Most of the time, banks do not have any direct line to send across money from one bank account to another. For the same, it has to go through several other banks, which makes international wire transfers so slow and costly, as each of the banks take their own sweet time to process, including the addition of fees. In similar words, the banking system today does not have a uniform set of rules for transfers. Instead, you are required to find paths for the transfer. This is why Ripple is in the picture. It is a real-time gross settlement system, currency exchange, and remittance network. It is a US-based technology released in the year 2012, 3 years after Bitcoin. Similarly, how internet moves information around the world, Ripple moves money value around the world. The creator of Ripple Labs, aimed to create an internet of value wherein money can flow as smoothly as the internet does. That will make transfers and conversions of money cost-effective, faster, and smoother. Let us now understand how does it all work. Ripple Labs have their own set of rules known as Ripple Transaction Protocol, otherwise known as RTXP. They have a network of computers all over the world, known as validators. They have a ledger including all information about the network users. This ledger employs the native cryptocurrency known as XRP. It is the work of the validator to look whether or not the rules are being followed. Companies can use gateways run by banks to enter into the Ripple network. Ripple offers businesses an alternative banking system in the form of an Internet of Value called RippleNet. The type of currencies that can be sent through the Ripple network makes Ripple different from other cryptocurrencies. Unlike others, Ripple has two currencies, IOUs and XRP. IOUs can be stored in a wallet, representing debt. Then comes XRP. It is a currency issued by Ripple Labs to help transfer payments through the Ripple network. For instance, in case of a significant transfer of money, the bank can simply convert the money into XRP and send it across the XRP to the recipient bank. In that way, banks could avoid the need for multiple intermediary banks. XRP is an actual cryptocurrency asset, and with the worldwide increase in the value of cryptocurrency, XRP has become the start for the solution of an alternative banking system as a digital currency to deal with the buying and selling digitally. It has no record, unlike our money which has numbers issued by the government. XRP has the ability to exchange into any currency with a minimal unified commission becomes a huge advantage. Several banks, namely Axis Bank, Star One Credit Union MUFG, and Cambridge Global Payments, use Ripple as a safe and secure method for transferring money. Official Monetary and Financial Institutions Forum published a report by conducting a survey with several banks and financial institutions on disadvantages of the SWIFT network. The information presented the blockchain technology as a solution for various departments, and the forum also present Ripple's products as a solution, stating that blockchain technology is favorable for multiple banking functions and the technology on which Ripple's XRP operates, namely the DLT technology, can improve the security, transparency, speed, traceability, cost, and risk management. A bank can allocate less liquidity for services, however, can receive same amount of transaction volume in global payment, for which the report gave a negative connotation about eliminating SWIFT's process replacing with an XRP protocol. SWIFT was concluded as costly, involving many obstacles including several parties present. Also, few institutions reported that SWIFT is not decent for corporations. In accordance to the report, XRP becomes the new SWIFT for banking system. Here are a few reasons why banks love Ripple. 1. Ripple is centralized. The record book, named Ripple Consensus Ledger, is centralized, and XRP is RCL's native token. Ripple system is made for banks on the basis of trustline consensus. There are 100 billion XRPs created, and no more will be created. However, the number of XRPs will decrease as it gets consumed for every single transaction made. 80% of the XRP supply is locked up and kept away from the public. Interestingly, what makes Ripple this famous is because it is almost transaction fee free, since 0.001 XRP is used as the standard cost to make a transfer. By settling payments in just 4 seconds, whereas banks usually take around 3 to 5 days, the XRP ledger has the ability to sustain 1,500 transactions per second. This feature is imperative for XRP to become a globally recognized payment method. On commodity hardware, 24 hours a day, greater propensity to handle them throughout. A significant feature that makes XRP different from other digital currencies is its ability to keep a track record of more than 5 years. There have been no significant problems with Ripple after its inception in 2012. Ripple offers products like xRapid, xVia, Current to companies in order to optimize their solutions for the transfer of money around the world. xCurrent is Ripple's flagship product, and it enables efficient cross-border payments. 2. Banks saving billions of dollars. Banks could consolidate their liquidity for global payments into one XRP accounts instead of holding local currency into Nostro accounts, directed by the message sent over by a SWIFT network. This single XRP allows respondent banks to allocation the total liquidity into the same volume. For the same, they will only have to hold a domestic currency, maintaining one account with XRP. The only minimum amount of XRP is needed for their most significant expected payment, as XRP allows banks to access liquidity on demand. Markets are directly made between domestic currencies and XRP. This way, banks minimizes intermediaries, and respondent bank can save up to 42% on cost and 60% at XRP gains usage, with a decrease in volatility. XRP can be used for banks for bridging the intermediaries among borders, as they can use the local currency of the country to buy XRP. After that, the bank will buy the currency of the foreign country using the XRP, and that will be used for payments based on the trustline consensus. The ledger cryptographically secures and records the transaction. In more straightforward ways, XRP helps the bank not to hold currencies for transfer. Hence, if a bank is not holding currencies, intermediaries won't be necessary. When Ripple's XRP is used for every retail transaction and cross-border currency exchange or transfer, then the price per XRP token will reach $10,000, which is likely to be achieved within 5 years. XRP's price action has been increasing after its last breakout, making a bullish trend on its price. Central bank digital currencies, otherwise known as CBDC, a high-security digital instrument run by the central bank, all the future financial systems will be based on CBDC. Ripple has recently announced an extended plan on its XRP on building a core component to power XRP as the world currency. Through this, XRP's usage will increase massively, leading to the increase in the price of XRP. All these ambitious plans of Ripple, it gets accepted, then XRP investors will be on the moon, as there is a very high possibility of XRP becoming the world currency. Ripple's XRP has been dealing with a lawsuit with the US Securities and Exchange Commission, otherwise called the SEC, since December 2020, where the SEC has alleged that Ripple was pre-issued. The CEO of Ripple's and chairman, Brad Garlinghouse and Chris Larsen, sold over $1.3 billion in XRP, promoting the token from the beginning of 2013 in unregistered securities. Also, it alleged that billions of XRP had been distributed in exchange for non-cash considerations. Due to the lawsuit initially, the price of XRP decreased. However, XRP's price is at its 3-year high, which is increasing further due to the same lawsuit. The central feature that makes Ripple distinctive from the other currencies and for which it is originally created, to be able to transfer a large sum of money quickly and at a low cost. This is a massive reason for Ripple to become an efficient replacement for alternative money transfer platforms, having the potential to disrupt the traditional cross-border payments, becoming the new standards for the sectors. XRP is currently with the highest potential out of all cryptocurrencies in showing an uptrend, with more and more adopting Ripple as an alternative banking system functions. Moreover, XRP is the most benefited from this pandemic, where the banks are burning out due to inflation, making a perfect situation for XRP to become the global currency. With that, we have come to the end of this video. Do let us know in the comments how much do you think XRP will be. Thank you for watching and make sure to subscribe to our other valuable videos. See you soon at Financial Insights.